Any new change, there's a resistance from perhaps people who have gone before it because people don't like change. And I don't want to be that fossil.
My name is Markus Birdman and I'm a stand-up comedian.
When I was at art college, I met my girlfriend. Her best friend, she said, "Oh, you're really funny, you should do stand-up." She entered me into a new act competition, and so I didn't want to be a coward. I started to meet a lot of other comedians who were like, yeah, no, this is a good creative life, you know, you can make a living out of it, you've just got to make it funny. That was 20 years ago, and I've been doing stand-up ever since.
Mr. Markus Birdman!
One of the things about stand-up that I really enjoyed was you travel a lot. I was travelling all over the world. It's a beautiful world out there. Fuck off. I went to Australia loads, Far East, Middle East, Europe, and I enjoyed that a lot, but I think I perhaps travelled so much that I ended up getting a bit lost. What started off as an adventure started suddenly like, where am I? Where do I exist? I felt like it was a slightly lonely place. However, I'm getting a bit older. Now I'm in my late 40s, and I started to realise there's a new generation of comedians coming through, and I feel perhaps almost sidelined, or not irrelevant particularly, but sort of I could almost feel like you're getting packed off to the great retirement home in the sky for comedians. I had a stroke, which was kind of wake-up call. I was very lucky, but it was quite a sobering effect. It has a positive and a negative effect. I think immediately you feel delighted to be alive. Wow, lucky old me. And I think you also feel one's morbidity, in the sense that there's only a limited amount of time and you have to get on with it. So at this point I'm finding myself as if I'm being replaced by a younger generation of comedians who are doing a completely different thing that perhaps I don't understand.
If you have blueberries in your hands and you smack them together, you get blue hands.
And that's where I'm at now, and that's where I want to try and escape from with a new chapter. I feel like I have to reinvent myself. It feels, to start that at my age, both exciting and scary. When I was starting, it was all about what you did on stage in front of an audience. Now it's really moved into the realm of social media. I'm really having to play catch up with that. I can find that incredibly frustrating because I'm like, how do you do this? How do you switch that on? How do you switch that off? How do you edit this? How do you edit that? And it's frankly embarrassing to have to go and ask someone repeatedly who's half your age, how do you post this to Instagram? I'm learning to do that. I have days where I enjoy that and go, hey, that was a success. Look at what I've done, fly. And then I have days where I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. My ambitions have changed from when I was a younger man. When I was 25, I wanted to rule the world. I wanted to be famous. I don't want to be famous now. I've got famous friends and it doesn't look like much fun. I want to do stand-up. I've started to write and direct other comedians. I can stay relevant by not being the face of something that I write. I don't have to sell it on my own slightly haggard old face. They can sell it. It's interesting to be sitting in a graveyard announcing that this year you'll be turning 50. In one sense, I'm lucky to have hit 50, given my medical past. I hope I have a few more years in me. Bits of me stop working physically, but mentally I feel completely there. I've recognised that I need to change. Feel the fear and do it anyway, right? I teach stand-up and they're all terrified when they start, but that's good. You know, most life can be quite boring. It's quite good to have a bit of terror in your life. Do I have words of wisdom? I mean, I've done so many stupid things and survived them, but then that's made me who I am. Be curious, find things fascinating, be passionate about stuff.